I'm audible, guys. Please use the chat box so that we can start. Okay, great. So I think we have completed so much. Now, in the yesterday's class, we have learned what are the data types, correct? So it is integer, your yes, basically it is Boolean, number, and string we have learned, right? So first three data types you already are familiar with, but last two, this is called as list and dictionary. This is very, very, very important data types. Now let us start with Boolean. We already know what is Boolean, right? So it is true and false. So A is equal to true, TRUE, and this is how you write. That is T capital and B. I mean, rest of the words it is in the small case. And B, let's write false, and we are writing using a type function to check what type of data type it is. If I run this, we're getting the class as a Boolean. This is the meaning of Boolean. Let us move on to the number. In number, we have basically two types of data type. One is integer and one more is float. So I'll take two examples. One is equal to 10 and B is equal to, let's say 10.5. Okay, then we are getting the answer as print type of A and type of B. So type of A is integer, right? Because it is a whole number. Now what about B? It is 10.5. Since we have a pointing value or the floating point, it is called as the float data type, right? So we are getting class int and class float. Let's move to the next one. That is the string data type. String data type is very, very simple. Let us write str. Okay, let's say str1 is equal to anything that is enclosed in a double quote. Is called as the string. So I'll be writing type of str1. So if I run this, I'll be writing class str. Very simple. Now here comes a very important part. We can access this particular string. Okay, we can access this particular string element. So how to access it? I'll tell you how. First of all, it is something called as indexing. Okay, it is something called as the indexing, and this indexing value always starts from 0. Okay, indexing value starts from 0. Now, what do you mean by indexing value? I'll tell you why. See, can you see this H? Okay, can you see this H? This H, the position of H is 0. Please remember this. Position of H is 0. In a sense, we are starting from 0. What about E? It is 1. What about first L? It is 2. What about second L? It is 3. What about this O? It is 4. Can we see this space? Even the space is considered as a indexing value. This is considered as 5, following 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we are starting from 0 and ending at 10. This is the meaning of indexing. Now let's say from this particular string, I want to access only H. Okay, I want to access only H. I want to print only H. Then what I'm supposed to do? I'll be using a print statement. Obviously, I'll be using a print statement. I'll be calling the string value, that is str1, the variable name. Then to access the value, I'll be using a square brackets. In the square brackets, I'll be using 0 as an indexing value. Why 0? Because the position of H is 0. So if I run this, I'll be getting the answer as H. Correct? Now let's say I want to print. Okay, let's say accessing more than one element. Okay, I want to access this hello now. Okay, I want to access hello. So what I'm supposed to do? It is again very simple. That is, we are writing the print statement once again. We are accessing the variable name str1 and we are writing the starting element, that is 0. But here comes very, very important part. That is, it is starting from 0 and where it is ending? It is ending at 5, correct? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 5, 4, sorry. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is ending at 4. So for that range, you'll be using a colon. 0 to 4. Okay, that is the meaning of this colon. That sense, whatever is inside that colon, whatever is inside that range, that will be executed. But see the output. I'll be getting the output as HELL. That is hell. I'm not getting O here. Why? Because this ending element is there, right? Ending range element. This is always taken as, I'm writing here, uh, syntax of the accent, that is start element, first of all, that is 0, start, colon, end. But this end, how do you know it will be accessed? It will be accessed based on end minus 1. Okay. So whatever you write here, this will be accessed as minus 1. So that is the reason we are getting only HELL. This is 4 minus 1 is 3. So that is the reason we are accessing only HELL. So what if I want to access HELLO? What I'm supposed to change here? Can anyone tell me in the chat box? What I'm supposed to change? Yes, exactly. It is 0 colon 5, correct? So if I run this, now I'm getting HELLO. In the sense, 5 minus 1 is 4. And that is the reason I'm getting all the string elements. Now here we have something called as one more parameter of this particular access string element. This is called as step size. Okay. This is called as step size. Now what is the meaning of this? Step size is nothing but by default, it will be 1. Okay, by default, it will be 1. In a sense, while I am accessing this hello, okay, the step size of hello is 1. In a sense, it will access all the elements. Very simple. But if I change the step size value to 2, now here it will change completely. Step size value of 2 in the sense, it will print H, but it will skip E. It will print L, but it will skip one more L, but it will print O. The sense, in the middle, whatever value is there, it will be skipped. That is the meaning of step size. Okay. Between two elements, that is, we have written a step size as 2, right? So between two elements, one element will be skipped. Between two elements, one element will be skipped. So if I change that to 3, between three elements, one element will be skipped. Okay. So for timing, I'll be writing 2. And if I run this, you can see the answer is HLO. In the sense, H is printed, L is printed, O is printed. In between, E and L is not printed because of the step size. Got it? Now let's just move on to the last one called as negative index. Now, what is the meaning of this? Negative index is very simple. That is, if I write print str1, and if I want to access the last element, exactly, very much. So if I want to access the last element, that is D, and imagine we have a huge string value. Let's say we have hundreds and thousands of string values. For the last element, to access the last element is very, very difficult, so that we cannot count it. So instead, we'll be using something called as the negative index. That is, if I in the square bracket, if I write -1, obviously it will start from -1, not 0. -1, if I run this, I'll be getting the last element as D. And from here onwards, if I move on to the next element, that is -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5, and if I run this, I'll be getting the answer as, okay, 0, -1 to, let's say, 5. Okay, 5. Why am I not doing this? Okay, no problem. I'll be using -1 for timing. That is the meaning of negative index. Okay, that is the reason I'm getting D. Okay, so much is clear. Any doubts? No. Let's move on to the next one. That is different functions. Yes. Yes, exactly. -5 colon -1. Yes, exactly. So -5, it's right. -6. No. I want E also, right? Okay. This is D. So we're writing 0 here. No. Right, 0. Last element is -1. I'm getting Okay, no problem. So I believe everyone has understood what you mean by negative index, but most of the time we won't be using this. Okay, most of the time we won't be using this. Just for the last element indexing, we'll be using this -1. That's it. Let's move on to the next one called as okay. Step size is nothing but okay. The step size is nothing but we can see I'll be access. I have access 0 to 5. Right? We have access 0 to 5. That is hello. Yes, yes. I'll be once again. I'll be repeating it. So we have access 0:5. That is hello. We are starting from 0 and we have ended at 5. So in between, whatever is there, it will be printed. That is hello. There is something called as step size. So what is the meaning of this? Step size is nothing but by default it will be 1. So whatever you in this range is there, it will be accessed. Very simple. But the game changes when you change the value of step size to 2. This means in between. So if we are starting from H, right? So in between E is there. This will be skipped. Okay. And it will print L. And next L will be skipped. And it will print O. So based on whatever the entire string is there, in between two elements, one element will be skipped. That is the meaning of this step size. Okay. That is not important, but it is very good to know that. So we are getting step size one was HLO. Is it clear now? Okay, let's move on to the next one called as different functions in the string data type. Okay, there are multiple functions that is used in the string data type. Let's explore one by one. The first one is called as lower. In a sense, if I write here one string value, let's say str2 is equal to my name is, I'll be writing in a random form, right? It's tech. Okay, so you can see here you can see my as capital, N is small case, RIN is capital, TESH is capital. So this is completely wrong way to write it. So first function in the string data type is called as a lower. Okay. By looking at the function name, we get to know what is the purpose of this. So this is a purpose where we are changing the entire string value to a lowercase. So if I write str2, this is how you access the particular function name dot lower. Okay, dot lower and open and close bracket and run it. So you can see the entire text is being converted into a small case, right? Entire text is converted into a small case. Let's move to the next one, that is upper. Yes. Let's move to the next one called as upper. So this obviously by the name we're getting to know that str2 dot upper, this will convert everything to a uppercase. See, my name is Ryan text. It is converting everything into a uppercase. Next is something called as length. LENGTH. Now, why it is used basically? This is used to check the length of the entire string. Okay, so I'll be using LEN and if I run this, length of str2 is 21. In a sense, including the spaces, what is the size of the entire string value? So that is 21. Okay, let's move to the next one. That is called as replace. So imagine we have written, okay, imagine we have written my name is Linux Tech. Okay, so you can see I want instead of tech, I want to write technology. So this is where the replace element is very, very important. Where how we are supposed to write first of all. First of all, for the replace, I'll be using one variable name that is, let's say, str3. Okay. str3 is str2 dot replace, and we are supposed to write the first element which we want to replace, that is TES. Exactly same we are supposed to write TECH, and then we are supposed to write the actual element with which we want to change it. So technology. Okay. Then let us print the value of str3. If I run this, You can see it is been changed as my name is Rhinex Technology. Yep. Let's move to the next one. So here also we can change, here also we can use strp dot lower or upper to properly write everything. This will also work. See, my name is Rhinex Technology. Let's move on to the last one. Okay, I think we have to the word also like that. Okay, yes. We have complete everything. One more is there that is called a split. So that is what I mean, that is not required. If we want that in the future, we'll be using it. So much is clear. Any doubts? Like we share this particular chat box.